Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Come on in. Let me share out. Yep. Hello, everybody. Come on in. Hello, come in, everyone. Okay. Hello, Amaka. My own youngest prof, you are welcome to this healthy conversation, healthy habit conversation. You are welcome. Thank you for coming. Eating with Miss P. You are so welcome. Thank you for coming to our healthy conversation. It's healthy habits today. Thank you. Excited for today. Yes, for sure. Today's information on healthy living habits. Yes, my youngest prof, you are welcome. Thank you. Eating with me. I am so excited to have you in the house. You are welcome. Eating with Miss P. Today we're having an open conversation. It's going to be Wendy Thoughts. You are so welcome. Thank you for coming in to join us in this healthy habits conversation. Yes, excited to be here. You are so welcome. Thank you. Eating with Mrs. P. You're welcome. Thank you. I hope it will be fun today when we all brainstorm on the best way that we can live our lives for our own very good benefits. I hope you've come all prepared with your tips and ideas and questions and all of that. Thank you for coming. Very excited to have you all. So I'll wait for maybe like 3 minutes so we have more people. If you can share out to your friends to join us, that would be great. So we have more people in the house. Then we're going to start in 2-3 minutes. Prince, 876 Comedy, you are so welcome. You came with your book and pen. Oh my gosh. I hope you brought some ideas as well. You know, I hope you brought some ideas because nobody knows everything. You must have some ideas to share with us as well. So Prince, you are so welcome. Thank you for coming. Yes, indeed. Yes, I love that. Yes. You're welcome. I'm so excited for today. It's going to be fun for us. So every Tuesday, same time, that's the plan, to just wind down and talk about the benefits we can derive from making some very good, healthy decisions for our lives. I am doing well. The Lord is good. Thank you, Prince. Thank you so much. I am doing well. Thank God. Yes. Yes, I'm excited. So we're hoping to start in 2-3 minutes. So Prince, if you have anybody to invite, just share out so we have more people come to join us. The more, the merrier. Okay, thank you, Eating with Miss P. Thank you so much for sharing out. That is excellent. Thank you so much. So much. I'm so excited. Thank you. That is so kind of you to share it out. Really appreciate it. Yes. 2 more minutes to go, then we just do it. Yes. Yeah. So mark your calendar. This is the plan unless something happens. Otherwise, the plan is to have this same time every Tuesday. If something changes, I'll let you guys know. So we can just all chat and brainstorm on the best way to move forward with our lives and make the right decisions and choices for ourselves and our family and friends. So let's do it. Today's, Ifeanyi Ufando, you are so welcome. Thank you, dear. Thank you so much for tuning into this. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this will be beneficial to you, young man. Thank you for coming. Really appreciate it. So, so our topic, last week we had healthy habits conversation, and then people requested that we have a repeat of this topic. So that's why we're having part 2 of healthy habits. So that's what we're doing. Good day. Yes, thank you. So last week we had defined healthy habits as a practice that we engage in on a regular basis. Healthy habits, depending on where you're coming from or what you choose, hopefully you're choosing the best part of it. So when you choose to make some changes to your lifestyle that is healthy and you practice it every day, we call it healthy habits. That's my own definition of it. When you practice it, because practice, they say, makes perfect. So when we do something all the time, we can only get better at it, So healthy habits for me is consistently doing something that is beneficial to us for hoping that it will yield better results or better outcome. So that's healthy habits. That was how we defined it last week. But today we're actually going to we talked about different ways. Mostly, I like healthy habits when it's hinged on food, because food is one of those things that live with us every day. We have to make choices. We have to put something into our system. And I also like to refer to the saying that what we eat is who we are. It's like, tell me who your friends are, and I will tell you who you are. So what we put is garbage in, It's like what you put in is what you get. That's as much as it goes. So we're hoping that as we navigate through this healthy living conversation and healthy living lifestyle, it can help us in any way, some way to improve our lifestyle, to benefit us. Beautiful Shine TV, you are so welcome to the house. I am so excited. Good evening. Wow, you are doing today. I'm doing great. You shared me out already. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you, beautiful Shine TV. You are so welcome. I'm excited to have you here. So this is the part 2 of our healthy living habits. Thumbs up. Yes, actually, I'm not asking people to give me thumbs up. So please give the host thumbs up as you come in. Give me your thumbs up. We like to give the live a thumbs up. So just as you come in, give us your thumbs up so we can keep the live going. Thank you so much, beautiful Shine, for reminding me. You all are welcome again. So I'll just rewind a little bit. This is a part 2 of our healthy habits conversation. So this is actually going to be an interactive forum where I'm sure you have some ideas that you can share with the group. So I'm just going to talk a little bit, and as I talk, I'll welcome people, and then hopefully you all would contribute to this so we all can benefit and grow together. So healthy habits, something you do consistently, a habit that is healthy that you choose to practice all the time. Then as you practice, it gets better. Uche, oh my goodness, excited to have you. Uche Ufandu, young man, you are so welcome to this forum today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. So, so yeah, healthy habits. So that's the topic today. So we've talked about it, and consistency is the key to anything that we do if we want to improve in it. we have to continue to do it. You choose something right, you want to practice it, and then you get better at it. So I don't know if anybody has any question or anything you want to say before we continue. If you have something you want to say, just put it in the chat. Hopefully I can keep up with the chat, and I'm going to continue, but I will be checking out the chat as I go. So today, last week we talked about different things, talking about food, exercise. Today we're actually going to add more. It's almost all to the same. Thumbs up for the host. Thank you. So so today we're just going to move it to the next level. And Beautiful, do you want to be the moderator? I can, make you the moderator if you want. Just let me know. So I want to talk about discipline today. Discipline. Discipline can be, you can decide to put things in action, or you can decide to abstain from it. So discipline is like we human beings, we are not patient. So sometimes it's even tough for us to be disciplined. So discipline can go either way. You can decide, okay, I want to discipline myself. Let me say this. When I talk about healthy habits, it's almost like it's hinged on food, but it's not just food. There is more to food, but food plays a very important role in our healthy lifestyle because we have to eat. So my discipline today that I want to talk about, and with other things I'm going to talk about today, discipline. If we talk about food and talk about discipline, we're going to talk about mostly examples, give examples of things. So if you have any idea, hopefully you can share with us. So discipline, for instance, let's say you say to yourself, I want to live a healthy lifestyle. Now I want to change my diet. For some people, okay, actually, let me just talk about this, then I will start with this because I noticed that there was a question last week. I don't know if the person is here yet. Okay, host. Okay, let me do that. Let me do this. Okay. Thank you, beautiful Shine. So I've given it to you. Hopefully it's there. So last week, I noticed there was a question that somebody had asked, and I didn't see that question. So what I did was, why is it not giving you the add moderator? Okay, I've added you as moderator. I don't know, it's taking time. So the question was, let me read out the question. So she asked, what make most people don't change their unhealthy habits, even if there are available resources for them to do so? So when I saw this question, I thought, you know what? I didn't see the question last week, so we never got to talk about it. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to use this question and build today's conversation. So today's conversation, I hinged it on this. People know, we all know that we want to change a habit. We want to do something. We want to do this. What she's asking is, why is it that even when people have the resources to change their habits, they don't do it? Ask yourself, why won't somebody do it? There's so many reasons why people that are anxious about their health don't actually take care of it. Today, we're going to talk about all of that. So now I go back to the discipline. All of this was built from this question because I was thinking the best thing is just to build this question and use it to deal with today, since we didn't deal with it last week. So we are not patient. We only think of today. So for somebody who is thinking of how to, they know they need to change their habits, they're not doing it because they're thinking, if I change my habits, it might actually bring in more stress for me. If I change my diet, it might be so stressful because it's easier for you to just continue with what you're used to, whether it is healthy or not. It's so much easier than when we talk about change, it's like change, which is so difficult. When you talk about change, it's like the fear of the unknown. We're so scared of it. Then we're not patient. We don't want to change. We don't want to take time to work on something that we know that might even be beneficial to us in the long run. We as humans, we love shortcuts. I continue to get all of this thing coming. So we love shortcuts. And when we feel mentally and physically exhausted, think about it. Let's say you go to work and you're tired, your brain is drained, you are exhausted. Instead of when you get home, what choices do you make at that time? All you want to do is eat more, maybe junk food, or take a drink of Coke, because some people will tell you, the pop actually give me peace and relax me, Wendy thoughts. So true, yeah. Beautiful. Keep coming. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Mr. Jenny, okay. Miss Jenny. Oh, Miss Jenny Afua, you're welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Jenny Afua, yeah, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Great to see you here. Yeah, so you come back from work, you're mentally and physically exhausted. All your body is telling you is take the shortcut, take the shortcut. You want to just drink more pop or just do one of those bad habits that, and this is you have decided I want to change. I didn't miss you. No, not yet. We just started. We just talked about a little bit from last week. So now we're jumping into the first topic here is discipline. Why? I will just rewind a little bit. We're just talking about today's conversation is built on a question somebody asked last week. Why is it that people that know they want to deal with their health don't take care of their health? That's the question. So I have built today's conversation from this question. What makes most people don't change their unhealthy habits, even when they have the resources to do that? So we're talking about discipline right now. So you come back and then you decide, instead of but what do you need when you are exhausted? Experts tell us that what we need when we're exhausted and mentally drained is actually to go push ourselves further. When you go for a walk, let's say you get home, you're exhausted, you've drained your brain for the day, you come back home, try and get some healthy food because the sugar is always calling us, It's always calling our attention. Get more sugar in. The sugar can hype you up for a little bit and then, it just collapses. But if you come in and still stick to those healthy habits, go for a jog, go for a walk, skip the desserts. Because when you're tired and exhausted, all your body is telling you is add sugar to me. But we can actually, as we start thinking about healthy lifestyle, healthy living habits, then we are able to control ourselves and discipline ourselves to make the best decision. We want to choose action over just sitting around. We all are working towards this. Nobody is perfected. Unless we build this into our daily lifestyle, it's going to be tough for us to even keep it up because it is not an easy way. We as human beings, we like it done we like to take the shortcut things. So, but we want to make the best choice for ourselves. What choice do we make? What choice do we make when we're exhausted and physically drained, mentally drained? What choice? We want to start asking ourselves, what choice am I going to make at this point? What choice would I make? Would I skip my dessert today? Would I go for it? Would I take my cup of ice cream? And then I can tell you, and experts, because I was researching this as well, most experts will tell you that people that know they need to take care of their health, they don't do it because human beings are yearning for happiness. We're yearning for instant gratification, we want instantaneous. Everybody want it done now. You want your thing done now. We don't even have the one patient to wait for a minute. We want to get it done right now. So when we yearn for happiness, this might actually lead us to choosing a bowl of ice cream or something that is unhealthy. I'm not saying ice cream is totally that we don't try it, we don't have it, but we have to once in a while indulge ourselves. But it's not something that we, for children, yeah, maybe, but I'm sure that if people start making baby steps as kids, as they get older, somehow, that habit will still help you. You have you can restrain yourself a little bit. But if you don't even bother about it, you decide, you know what, I'm just going to live my life. I'm just going to enjoy myself. You are enjoying yourself for today. Because when that sickness builds up, then the doctor will tell you, you cannot eat this. You cannot eat that. You have to do this. Then somebody now is controlling you. So what we're doing is to find a way to be proactive so we can start helping ourselves. Doesn't mean that everything is going to go away. But like I said last week, as we come into this world, we already come with baggage. Either baggage from our forefathers, maybe we have family history that has diabetes or any kind of ailment or disease, genetics. In our genes, we have something we already came with. So it's up to us to decide, you know what? I'm going to beat this. I'm going to do my best. Then we do our best. At the end of the day, after we've done our best, then the rest belongs to the Most High God. Because He is the one that has the ultimate answer. But we have to, because He gave us wisdom. He gave us knowledge. He gave us understanding. So He's given us all that we need to make decisions for ourselves. So we are making that decision, and then we know we've done our own best. Then the rest will leave for Him to take care of. So as we practice, we have somebody in the house. I have to put my glasses on to see this one. Oh, Vipsy TV Comedy. Hey, you are welcome. Beautiful Shine. Yes, I've seen you. Yeah, thank you all. Thank you for coming. You're welcome to the house. So we're talking about healthy habits. For your benefit, Vipsy TV Comedy, we're talking about healthy habits. So we want to feel good. As we we want to feel good and we want to be healthy, but at the same time, we want to think, what am I going to do that is sustainable? We want to do something that we can. Cynthia, my glasses I have to wear to see some of the names. Oh, wow, Cynthia, she's so blessed. Cynthia, she's so blessed. You are so welcome to the house. Thank you for coming. I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you, Cynthia. So we are talking about healthy habits. So So the point I'm trying to make is to feel good and be healthy, we still want to make choices that are sustainable. You don't want to get into a diet that you diet for 1 month, and then at the end of 1 month, you're so anxious to get back to normal life. You're like, oh my goodness, I cannot wait. You'll be counting down. You're so welcome, Cynthia. You'll be counting, when you make some of those healthy. Hey, Naisha James, you are so welcome. You're here. Give me, you already blue. I didn't take the blue from you the last time. Thank you so much. I missed this thing yesterday. I don't even know how I did that. I can't say though. That is totally fine. I'll take the jacket from you so that when you leave, because I couldn't give it to Beautiful Shine wanted it. I think I left it with you and the other. Okay, no, you have it. Okay. Thank you so much, Naisha, for coming. Really appreciate you. Thank you. You're welcome. So we're still talking on healthy habits part 2. So you choose one of those dieting that you diet for. You set yourself up for 2 months or maybe 6 months. At the end of 6 months, from the first day you're counting down. Oh my goodness, I have 2 months to go, 1 month, 2 days. Oh my goodness. Then on the last day, you have a feast. Then you go back into having feast every day because you have finished your 6 months of, so why not choose something that is sustainable? Why not build a healthy lifestyle that work with you? Make baby steps, like make decisions every day that you can work with, something you can sustain, that you can be consistent with. You don't want to do some dieting for 6 months and then you go back to like you've never dieted before. Then you go back to even less, they will say go back to square one. Then you go beyond even square one. So we're talking, the best thing for us is to build something that we can sustain, something we can maintain is the best thing, even if it means 1 day at a time. Yeah, this is such a great topic. I'm doing very well. Oh, thank you, Wendy Tots. Type in anything you want to say, please, because I know you have all the great ideas as well. Last week you had some great points. So I think we have a few different people here today. So just type in any ideas or points that you want to make or questions. Everybody here, if you have a question, please just add it in, okay? Yes. Yeah, so sustainability is key. There's an expert that said that the idea of healthy eating sounds like, for adults, it sounds like sending a child to bed early. For us adults, when some of us here, like this person in this question that I'm trying to deal with, that you need and you want to incorporate some healthy living habits, but you don't want to do it, even though you have the resources to do it. Because sometimes it's tough for us to even recognize or even have the discipline to follow through what we think we want to do for ourselves, even though we know that on the long run, that will be very beneficial for us. The other thing that hinders us from making those healthy choices, the smartphone, the gadgets. These days you can sit at home and watch, during the pandemic. I enjoyed it as well. You can sit from morning till night and sit for even 1 week and just be flipping on your channel. And there's something to keep you going You would never, when our kids were younger, they would say when we sit for long on the couch, they're like, "Are you guys becoming couch potatoes?" you know. So, they would please who is this? Guys, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Oh, thank you, beautiful Shine. Thank you. Thumbs up is good for the live show, okay? Thank you all. So the kids will ask us, are you guys becoming couch potatoes? These days, these gadgets and all of these things are Netflix. There are so many things, gaming, so many things to keep us just on that couch. And we don't even need to go to the kitchen. We just order pizza. We order all of these things in, and the pizza would come with big bottle, 2 liters of Pepsi or whatever. And we just finish eating, push it. You can't believe one time I visited somebody, and a younger person anyways, and I couldn't believe the bottles, and I'm like, why do you have to make a room for your bottles? Like the bottles of Coke and all of these drinks, he just stacked them somewhere. It was just like he's building a museum of bottles, and then the packs, the pizza boxes, don't even throw them out. Like, are you serious? He just stacked them up there. I'm like, are you serious? I can't believe this. But that's what the gadgets will do to us. That's what the smartphones, all of these things that can bring some benefit into our life, also can ruin us if we don't decide to discipline ourselves. If we don't decide to say, you know what, I'm going to do this for 2 hours today, or I'm going to do this for whatever time frame you choose, at least try to have some control over this. Otherwise, this thing would overtake us. And when this happens, it affects our relationship. We are in the house with somebody, we don't even get to talk to them because we are talking to our gadgets 24/7, because relationship is also part of healthy habits. Because when you do not make the people around you feel happy to the best of your ability, that you're going to kill yourself, but at least do what you know is wrong and right. Whatever you want, last week I was talking about treating others the way you want to treat yourself, the way you want them to treat you. So those are part of healthy habits as well. We talked about all of that last week. So the smartphones, they're good. They can ruin us. They can make us as well. We need them. With YouTube in, you're like, it's almost like you're getting addicted because you are sitting there like, I'm doing it, and you're there watching videos and all of that. And so we need to know when to say, you know what, I'm taking a break from this. I'm going to do this between this time. You're welcome, host. Thank you. Okay. You have to set time frames for these things. We need to be able to say, I'm not going to do this after this time, or set boundaries for ourselves. So thinking of the patterns, we have to set it. If we don't, it's going to overtake us. So we need to sit up, put down our feet, and say no, because we need to improve our physical well-being as well. We don't want to just sit there watching become couch potatoes. Before you know it, you get to the hospital and the doctor is telling you, what happened? You need to lose weight. And once the doctor starts telling you need to lose weight, that's where the stress comes in. That's when it's like there's pressure. It's not like you don't know, but now the expert is telling you you need to lose weight. Then you see there is a sense of urgency. And that's when we start making those decisions to get into all those 3 months, 4 months habits that we cannot sustain. Because there's nobody that will tell me you can eat only vegetables forever. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's sustainable, but if anybody can do it, Wow, that's, what can I say? They are superhumans. But we need balance. We need balance. We need to add some of the things that less of the all of the saturated, fat saturated food, and eat more healthy diet. Last week I talked about all of that. So we're not going to go into that. But most of the videos that I do is mostly focused on eating healthy. So you can check out the channel and check out some of the recipes, you know. So the channel, we're still coming with more like breakfast, all of those will come, but gradually we're doing smoothies and all of the rest of it. But the channel is mostly focused on eating habits, healthy habits. So that's what we're doing. So I'm not going to go into the food and all of that, but I'm just mentioning it in passing, you know, what is healthy and what is not healthy, you know. So want to practice and choose a habit. What we choose, you know, it's easy to say, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you know, I'm doing it, and then I'm going to cheat. But how do we know? How do you even yourself know that those habits that you have promised yourself, that you're keeping them? How do you know? The only way you know is that it echoes. It echoes out from you. You know, it echoes because you feel it. Your body feels lighter. You feel like, you know, you feel like you somehow you feel it in the echoes. You know, like I said, it's baby steps. We cannot do it all in one day. You know, we understand that people have busy lives and all of that. And instead of packing, for instance, instead of packing yourself let's say you're going to work, instead of packing some big snacks and all of these nachos and things like that, you know, every day you go to work, you pack yourself nachos and all of that. Why not pack yourself some vegetables? Cut some vegetables up, and before you know it, you get so used to it. Cut some apples, cut some cucumbers, carrots, cut all of this. And when you cut them, you have young kids. I remember when our kids were younger, you know, I will read up all of these things, and you notice that kids, when you cut all the vegetables and place it properly somewhere in the house, maybe in the kitchen or on the dining table, where it's conspicuous for them to pick it, you see the kids would actually pick those vegetables. Because somehow kids like things organized, you know, they like it. Think about it, when you get your house all tidied up and cleaned, your kids will come, they will be so excited. Oh my gosh, the house is so clean. Then the next minute, they've messed it up. But that tells you that their brain wants to organize something. So when you package vegetables all cut up for them, you know, it's good that you have the vegetables in the house. Some kids get used to taking one apple, but when you cut all the variety of vegetables and place them in a platter, you will be shocked that the kids, before you know it, they're picking the red peppers, they're picking all of these vegetables, they're eating. It's becoming a habit. And habit, you form habit. You build on it. So the other thing I want to talk about is what we call societal influences. You know how the society influence our behavior. The society will tell you, oh, you know, this is how men do this, women do that. Yes, we know that there's a woman's place and there's a man's place in that home. But we have to find a way to complement each other these days, with everybody working and everybody doing one thing or the other. The thing is this: if, let's say, for instance, you have the man is the one at home and his wife works, and you decide because it's a woman's place to cook, to clean the house, to do this and do that, all you're going to do, because you're not at work, is just to push on your remote control. Who is losing? Is the person who is not moving that is losing. Think about it that way. You know, you wonder, oh, your wife is active, she's this, because she's moving. Because she's not just sitting in one place and controlling things. She's moving So actually, when you think about healthy habits, instead of the one who is not working sitting just there and waiting for the person who in the what the society feels this person is the one responsible for this, you know, waiting for them, they come back from work, they've been active, you'll see that they are going to be even healthier because they are the ones moving all over. They're moving, they're getting active. Their cardio is, their blood is pumping properly and all of that. They're exercising. Than you who just rather will sit down. I will check in out your videos. Thank you, Cynthia. You rather sit down and then just build yourself, stroke or something. So it's not even to your own benefit that you follow the society in total. Really, we don't follow the society. We actually follow the society when it suits us. Because think about it. All of the things we do, the society do not tell us to abuse anybody or to ill-treat people or to lie. But we do all of this because it suits us to make us feel good, we do it. But the ones that we think we don't want to do is like, oh, it's the woman's job, it's the man's job. One time when we lived in Aberdeen, my neighbor, she had 2 kids and her husband works and she... Ninjiri, you are so welcome. Thank you. Great to see you. Welcome today. I'm so excited to have you in the house. You're welcome. So, yeah, there was somebody that I was supposed to share this out to. I totally forgot to share it to them. They had asked me. Let me just quickly share this to somebody who asked me to send it to them. I totally forgot about it. Yeah, I forgot. So sorry about that. Yeah, so Anna, you are welcome. Yes, you are. Thank you. Thank you, beautiful Shine, for your help. Really appreciate it. Yes. So this neighbor of mine, we were very close. Our kids were the same age. She had 2 kids. My first 2 kids were the same age, the boy and the girl, with her kids. So the kids was always like from this house to this house. And so her husband works and she sits at home, she worked from the house, taking care of the house and the kids. But she would not lift a finger. She would just sit there. She would say, Chinwe, are you coming for a glass of wine? I'm like, I have so much to do, I would say to her, I have a lot of things I have to finish, So she would just sit there, drink some wine, relax, go to the garden, sit out again. And then, so a few times I was with her and then her husband came back from work. And she's like, honey, can you get me that? Can you turn on the oven? Can you? So the next day I went to her, I said, are you serious? I said, like, what was that? Like, your husband has been gone all day and he came back at 5 and you didn't even let him drop his bag. Honey, can you bring me water? Can you, oh, honey, just turn on the oven. We're having this for dinner, is in the oven, just turn it on. So the next day when I asked her, I said, what was this about? Like, are you serious? You're going to make food? Yeah, sure. When you go, let me take out the jacket so you can go when you want, okay? Thank you so much, beautiful. I really appreciate your help today, okay? Okay? Thank you. So that you can go when you want to go, okay? I've taken it out. So, and she's like, oh, Chinwe, because, he likes to do those things. I'm like, seriously? Like, I don't get it, And even when she's home, she will never do anything. It's like she just sits there. Before she knew it, one day she called me. She said, oh my gosh, Chinwe, I need to get on a diet. I said, what do you mean get on a diet? She said, yeah, the doctor said that she's getting obese. I said, why would you get obese when you don't even move yourself? Like, you sit down from morning till night. Like, are you serious? Who does that? So this is one of those kind of habits. That's, a typical case for this friend of mine. We're not friends anymore. Like, we, not that we're enemies, but after we moved, we kind of lost contact. But I thought that was, the more I delve into this healthy habits and healthy living, I kind of think when you don't do something to help your partner, you're actually endangering your life, because you can only just do all the wrong things. And your partner is going to be there grumbling, all exhausted and worn out, and they are the ones doing everything, and then you're not even helping in any way. That's healthy habit to help in your relationship. Because I'm not sure about this family, the guys seem to be jolly, jolly fellow doing those things, but some people may not be jolly doing it themselves. Like he's just coming back and you're not giving him a breather, and you're sending him to do more chores when he's been there working so hard all day. So yeah, Anna, thank you. So that's so when we decide that we want to do what the society expects us to do, then we have to do all of it. We cannot just choose the ones that favor us. The society doesn't say we should lie. It doesn't say we should cheat our neighbor. It doesn't say we should kill. We should do this. We should envy. We should jealous. We should do. If we decide to follow what the society wants from us, then we need to tell ourselves that we want to practice all of it. Then we have to take the entire package and not just sort out the ones that favor us. So I don't know if anybody has any question or any contribution at this point before we continue. Any additions, any tips for us? Oh, Imad, you are so welcome. Yeah, you're so welcome. Oh, thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so I don't know if anybody has any question and we can move on. But the one thing I want to add that we need to remember that when we feel good physically and we feel good mentally and also feel emotionally fulfilling, then we are in a better place to give more in anything we're doing. So we need to find a way to make sure that physically we're feeling good, mentally we are feeling okay, and emotionally we are not, beat down. And this is what we do in our relationships to make sure your partner or people in your household or whatever, people that you communicate with, that you deal with every day, that you don't drain all of this from them. Because when you drain these things from them, they're not going to be able to give you what you want. Because they would always feel down. They would always feel exhausted because they are physically exhausted. They will be feeling exhausted. Their mental well-being will not be able to uphold their duties. Then that's when you get shortfalls. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. So we need to ask ourselves, how am I doing? We need to search our hearts every minute. How am I doing? What I'm doing to people around me. This is my best phrase that I learned when I was younger. What I'm doing, would what I'm doing build goodwill and better friendship? Does it feel good to all concerned in it? We don't just go doing things because it favors me, myself, and I don't have anything about me. But when we choose me over everything we're doing, we need to know that those choices that we're making is not draining somebody else. It's not giving them some mental depression. Because when you build those negative things into your relationship or your household or something, you're going to be the one to suffer the consequence. Because if you want happiness, you're going to put happiness. It's like an investment. You cannot go to invest money and then you don't invest money, you invest, if you invest, let's say you invest fabric, you're not going to end up going and getting money. No. Whatever you put is what you're going to get. It's what you sow is what you're going to reap. You cannot sow mangoes and reap apples. So we have to think about whatever seed we're sowing in, anything we're doing. What is this seed going to yield? Is it going to build? Last week I was talking about haters. There are people that no matter what you do, you cannot please them. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the normal situation where we have to talk to ourselves and say to ourselves, what I'm doing, will this thing build better friendship? Will it build goodwill? Would all concerned be happy about it? Then we can make those decisions, because everybody is going to be, at least, even if everybody is not happy, that what you're doing, you set your heart and know you're doing the right thing. Yeah. So thank you, Cynthia. So we have to build ourselves, because you can only change, this change that we're talking about can only come from us. We cannot change other people. We can start changing ourselves. If you have a partner that like all of the sweet things, and then how it's easier for you to do the bad thing than to do the right thing. Let's say you have a partner that like all of the things that is not healthy for you. You have to sometimes say, oh no, honey, not now, I'm not, I don't want to indulge in this. Then as you continue to say no, that you don't want to indulge, you're actually helping them to think about it if they want to. But you're not going to say to them, because I'm not eating this, you cannot eat it. No. Adults, if the person is an adult, it's up to them to make their own decision. You can only help by modeling what you think is the right thing and not trying to make them do the right thing and you're doing the wrong thing. Last week I also talked about the kids, how they sponge us. You tell the kids, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. But all of the things you tell them not to do is what you do. The kids are not even hearing you. They're seeing you. They're only going to model those things that you tell them not to do, because those are the things you're doing. So since I don't have any question or any contribution so far, so for us to practice healthy habits, I have some things here. The healthy habit has to be something fun. So for instance, let's say we want to get active. You can't just say active because my friend runs. I'm going to start running. Because my friend cycles, unless you think you like cycling or you like jogging or you like walking, choose something that really you like. Because when you incorporate something that you have passion for, then it's easier for you to take the baby steps and then make it consistent. That if you're choosing the active part or whatever you choose to incorporate into your healthy lifestyle, that is not what you like, maybe because your friend likes it, trust me, it will not last long. Because the day your friend is not going to be interested in it, you're also going to quit. Unless you have so much self-control that you decide that no matter what, I must do this. Thank you, Wendy Art. Thank you so much. Thank you. So making sure that whatever we choose to add is going to be fun for us. That would help us to be able to walk this path of healthy living, of building healthy habits. Because the healthy habits that we build is going to benefit us and benefit everybody around us. Because then what oozes out from us will be positive. Me, Jane, oh wow. Thank you for coming. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle is very beneficial. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you, Afua. Thank you. Really appreciate your presence. Yes, thank you. So, you must, it must be a pattern that you can build into your daily life. So, I talked about the choosing a certain kind of dieting for a period. And then, so what? What happens after that period? Are you going to be able to maintain that? Choose something that you know is sustainable, you know? Something that you know it will just become part of your life, you know? Like balance, they say, is the best thing. Cynthia, you have something. Okay. Can you explain what do they mean that you can reverse diabetes? Okay, without medication. If you are a beginner, stage for a month, type 2. You know, I'm not a doctor, so I can't give you all the total type 1 with, okay, C6 and vitamin C6 and 8. Yeah. You know, I couldn't tell you, honestly, I'm not going to tell you that you should do this and do that. Because I'm not a doctor, and for even your doctor to advise you, they need to have a history, how they will ask you all of these questions and all of that to be able to give you a total package and begin to work with you. And because I'm not a doctor, I couldn't really, that topic is like pure doctor's role. But all I can tell you is that food is so vital. The food we eat, you can actually, for this, I can say to you, I think I have my email address and we can connect, we can talk about it more. But the food go a long way. Look at some of the videos I made, Cynthia. There are some of the spices that people that I know have used, but sometimes it's not like an instantaneous. You know how we humans want instantaneous action? Some of these things are not instantaneous. They are things that you have to incorporate, and sometimes it could be depending on your body type or your genotype or your whatever. Sometimes it could be from 2 weeks. Some people will use it for 2 years, some 3 years, and things will come back. But you need to build in patience and start to make those choices. Look at all of the things that because if you know somebody that you're asking this question for, when somebody is diagnosed of diabetes, the doctor will send them to a dietitian to kind of help them to narrow down on what kind of food that they have to eat. So even when you go to those videos that I made, this person would take those videos, take those recipes, and show to their dietitian, their doctor, and say, what do you think about this? And the doctor and your dietitian will be able to see the remedies. Because the thing is, when somebody already have a disease, like have this ailment, like diabetes or stroke, that's why we're talking about being proactive and doing something consistent. Because yes, I have seen a lot of people that their diabetes was turned around. Yes, it does. But it needs patience. It needs a lot of discipline. It needs consistency. And then your faith also. Because it's a holistic thing. It's a holistic thing as you do all of the things you're supposed to do. And then you're trusting and believing that what you're doing is going to work for you. I've seen a lot of people that I turned around for. So, but we can have more chat on this. You can send me an email on unmasc, like the name of the channel, unmasclifestyle at gmail.com. I have it there on the chat as well. Okay, Cynthia, is that okay? Thank you. So, any more questions? Anything else? Okay. So the other thing is, do not become a healthy warrior. Like you worry for your health. You know, a lot of people, like I was saying last week, you worry more than even the action that you're taking. You worry, oh, I cannot eat this. I was saying, focus on those things that you can eat. Focus on the things that would help you to achieve your goal. Because when you continue to focus on the negative, on all of those things that you don't need, they can only be a distraction for you. And they can only give you more anxiety. They can only give you more depression. Yeah, okay. Okay, Cynthia. Yeah. But for sure, it works, I tell you. It works for a lot of people that I personally know. So, yeah, needs patience and consistency. So, so yeah, worry less. Worry less because worrying and not acting actually would even make it worse for you because then you're getting depressed. Okay, yeah. Ma'am, you are grow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're all trying our best, you know, because that's all we can do. We have just one life. And this one life, we want to put in all the best things into it of keeping happiness, you know, putting just the best we can. That's we can only do our best, you know. We don't even own this life that we have. So we can only maintain it as to the best of our ability. Thank you so much, Afua. So, so worrying, and sometimes when you see people that have this healthy issue, or even when they don't have issue, people worry so much for their health, and yet they're not doing anything. There are when you if you sit down and talk to that person, you would see that is the problem. The worrying is beyond the food, is beyond the health. There's some hidden thing. It's like, you know, it's like the symptoms when they tell you you have symptoms of this. The symptoms, for the symptoms to show, there's some underlining beyond the symptom that we don't see. It's like somebody tell you there's no smoke without fire. You have a symptoms. You know, these days people you're not even cured of what causes the symptoms. The focus now is like you're focusing on the symptoms. Meanwhile, you're not looking for what is the underlying issue, what caused it. Well, you know, trying to get to the fundamentals of it, getting to the history. So that when you understand the history, then only then would it be easier for you to navigate and know what the problems are. Because sometimes it's not like the person is worrying for they want to live a healthy life or so. There's more. You know, talk to them. Talk to somebody who, because somebody is pointing at something, might not even be that thing they're pointing at. So worry less, you know, worry less. And if sometimes some of the worries you might need to even talk to somebody who is an expert in a certain profession to help you. You might talk to your doctor, you might have to, like, you know, do not wait for something to get worse before we start to treat it. We want to get at whatever we're feeling. You know, it's like when you have constant headache, don't just keep taking, depending on what part of the world you're in, don't keep taking Advil or taking Panadol or paracetamol. Find what is causing this headache. There is something that is causing the headache. So why not find out what is causing the headache? Then you begin to treat what is causing the headache. Then you can get some results. But if you get into the habit of each time you have a headache, you take Advil. The next time they tell you take paracetamol, then before you know it, you're taking this and you're suppressing what the main fundamental of this thing is. That means you're not getting to the root of the matter. So we need to actually stop, listen to our body, listen to what is going on, because as we get older, we kind of figure out, something is wrong, you know? Learn to go to the doctor and get a checkup. Women are so much in that habit of taking everybody's responsibility, booking everybody's hospital's appointment, making sure the kids get it, their husband get it, and they don't, because they have to make sure everybody else is in order. And then women have the habit of actually neglecting themselves because you want to make sure the house is in order. But the thing is, if you neglect yourself to the extent where you pass out on the street or something happens to you, how are those people going to cope? They're not going to be able to cope, because if they have depended on you, then it's going to be so tough for them to actually be able to help themselves, at least for some time, because then they will get used to not having you around. So why do you want to take yourself out? So as we book appointments for our family to check with the doctor, we need to remember that we actually also need that ourselves. You're following so healthy. Okay, said that. Thank you. So studies have shown that more people actually die of cardiovascular disease. You know how everybody is talking about, women worry about, what do we worry about? Let me not say all of it before I see, because I want you guys to contribute to this. So we as human beings, we worry about sickness, diseases, and all of this. We worry mostly about falling sick and dying of one sickness. What is the most common sickness that everybody worry about? If somebody can tell me, I want you guys to, are you guys still here? How many people are here? Okay. So, okay. So people worry that, they're going to die of cancer. Actually, studies have shown that more people die of cardiovascular disease than they would ever die of cancer. So when we don't move, we don't make those choices to help us move our bodies, we're actually not doing ourselves any good. Sometimes, rarely. So you're good, Imad. You're very good. Remember last week when you told us about how we were talking about smoking, and you are good because it seemed like you have a lot of self-control. When people can make decisions and hold on to it, it takes a man to do that, because it's not every day that people decide and they're able to stand by the decisions they have made. A lot of people make decisions just because they have to make it then. And then before you know it, they can't even follow through. So that your story last week actually was a very good one. It really motivated a lot of people in the group. Yeah, baby steps, you're right. Yeah, it's all baby steps, but it's also an achievement to be able to maintain a decision, because that is the key. It will be easier for somebody who can maintain a decision and stay consistent to actually follow a healthy lifestyle, because then you can say no to certain things that some cravings. We can crave for things. We can say we want to eat, like all of the things that nutritionists say do not eat all the time. Not that you're going to really forsake them forever. But those are things that once in a while we can say, you know what, I just want to give myself a treat. After a while, then you have this. Samuel's Adventure, you are welcome. You're welcome. So it's we need consistency. We need to be disciplined to be able to follow through and live and maintain some of the healthy habits that we are talking about. But I tell you what, discipline is so key in all of this. So the cardiovascular, when you talk about cardiovascular disease, in as much as more people think that they will die of cancer, but studies have shown that actually more die in a year with cardiovascular disease than the ones that will die with cancer. Can you believe that? And when you talk cardiovascular, you're talking about stroke, those heart diseases. And there are lots of things that we can do to wait. Oh, wow. Can you read? I didn't even see you. Are you here? Vlogs and me. Oh, wow. Wow, that is so fantastic. Great to see you both. Oh my gosh, wow. Oh, okay, she sent you to come because, oh wow, wow. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your presence, Samuel Adventures. Thank you. Yeah. So the cardiovascular disease, things like the heart disease, stroke, there are so many things we can incorporate into our lives that would actually help us to tame this stupid disease so that it doesn't, because these are the kind of diseases that take us by force. Like it happens suddenly. At least when cancer comes, at least you get notice. Maybe if you don't get your notice on time, you might get your notice and maybe it's on a very bad stage. But the cardiovascular disease, like the stroke, they had any of the heart diseases, whichever one comes first, they can just take the person by force, suddenly, then it's done. We had in Calgary, we had this lady that, she's a mother helping her friends to find a house and things like that. And she just collapsed. That's the way the story was, that she was helping her friends to find, she's not a real estate agent, but she was helping them to find a place. And they got into the house and she just collapsed. And that was it, So that is so important. That's why it's so important that we think about healthy habits. What are the things? Go for regular checkups. Even though you're eating healthy, even though you eat healthy, you do all of the things, you work out, you do everything that you need to do. Like I said in the beginning, we just do all our best and still the Almighty owns our life. We don't own it. But we still have to do our best and know we're doing everything we need to do. So even when you do all of that, you still need to go to your doctor. That's why they're there. You want to go for regular checkup and know what is going on. Is everything intact? Is everything working for you? Hello, my own young Professor Amaka. They are, okay, let me see. And cause excessive stress, which can cause, let me wear my glasses to see it properly. Okay, which can cause overproduction of the hormone. Okay, you see? Hormonal cortisol, yeah. When that happens, one's immune system will be compromised, you see? Exactly. That's the professor talking here. Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you so much. That is so true. So that's why we just really need to pay attention. We pay attention, at least we do our own part. Yeah, Imad, yeah, very interesting. That's the professional talking, So we need to pay attention and know that it's not only cancer that is going to kill somebody, because cancer would give you notice. But the cardiovascular disease, sometimes they don't give us any notice. then before you know it, the person is frozen. Like you cannot move one path. You cannot do this. You know. So we need to. There's somebody said last week that health is wealth. You know, a healthy man is a wealthy man because when you're healthy, you don't even know what you have. It's like that saying that you see somebody with the child was like they were crying that they didn't have a shoe, and then they saw somebody without a foot. Get until you get sick, then you understand that health is wealth. Because when you're healthy, you're jumping around, you're doing things, you do whatever you like to do. But when you are bedridden, then you have to depend on everybody to help you. I appreciate with you. Okay, I agree with you. Worrying is bad. Yeah. Thank you, Amaka. Prof. Amaka, thank you. So we need to pay attention to our bodies. We need to listen to it because it will tell us when something is going wrong. When you have to visit, last week we were talking about when you have to visit the washroom so many times in the night, think about it. If it's not, when some of those your body things start changing, don't just say, oh, because I drank water. No. Think about what could have caused this. And that's when we need to go check out with the doctor. Because when you check out with the doctor, even if the doctor tells you, oh, no, it's okay, because these days it's so easy for doctors to tell us, oh, just go and drink more water and drink more fluid. No, tell them no. I want you to run a test, especially because you understand your body and you know that something is not right. Then you insist and tell the doctor, no, that I would rather, there's no need you putting the touch in my eyes and checking my mouth. It's not enough. Sometimes it's beyond that. Sometimes we need to take a urine sample. Sometimes we need to push that they take a blood test for us so that you can actually begin to dig into what the problem is. Oh, she finally shows up. Wow, Miss Kenyeri, you are welcome. Thank you so much for your full support. Thank you. Really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, so it's so important that we do this, because when we do not do all of these things we need to do, when something happens, it affects everybody around us. It affects our family, it affects our friends, and that is why I talk about us finding a way to support even our friends, our families. When you know that there's something that can benefit your friend, why don't you tell them? Why don't you share that information? These days, we're so much in the habit of sharing only bad information. When the information is bad, oh my gosh, see how it's flying off the window. Everybody is pushing it. It was so funny. The other day, I checked on somebody's YouTube channel to watch something, and I saw this video that had gotten so many views. I was shocked within like a few days. I'm like, wow. It was such a negative information. I don't know if you guys saw the video. It was the guy that killed his wife or something like that. And it was like, this video went viral. Okay, ask me, what is the information in this video that is making it go so viral? It's because people like bad news, But I'm sure people see information that says, okay, somebody who is if you have a constant headache or something, if you use this, you can. Nobody's gonna tell you, Can you go and check out that information and see if this is going to help you? They would rather be sharing bad news. And then when something really bad happens, everybody comes to have pity on you. Why not be proactive and help people? Why? This is part of healthy habits. You know, you have really touched, let me read it with my glasses, touched on some excellent key points today: heart disease, stroke, eating habit, healthy habits, checkups, exercising, hormone imbalance. Yeah. Thank you, Cynthia. She's so blessed. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate your presence. Add anything you want to add, because we are sharing knowledge here. We want everybody to grow together and stay healthy. Thank you, Cynthia. So, share information to your friends and family when it will benefit them. It's good to have laughs, but when somebody kills somebody, it's not a laughing matter. It's not a laughing matter. It's good to read it, but it's better to share an information that would actually benefit your friend than to share information about bad news. We can still share that, but let's have the balance. Like, share both, because you don't want to be the one pitying your friends when you have not even helped them when they needed the help. You want to give them the information that would help them than sit there and just wait until something real bad happens, then you're feeling bad for them. That's not real. When that happens and you start feeling bad for them, you're not real. You're not a genuine person. That is not a healthy habit. Healthy habit is when we learn to be proactive for ourselves and for others. That is healthy habit. Do to others what you want them to do to you. Treat them how you want them to treat you. It's like in your family, in your house. I talked about that. In your relationship, what are you doing? Are you treating them the way you want them to treat you? Or do you think you're the only one that deserves to be treated right? Treat people the way you want them to treat you. And I tell you, the atmosphere around you would relieve the stress. Because people don't know, we all don't know, that as we make our environment very toxic, we're actually building stress for us and even for the people around us. Last week I was talking about, some of us, when we're there, people are actually like so happy when we're not, because they're like, oh my gosh, is this person here? They're not here. Then everybody's so excited. Oh my gosh, thank you. So you don't even want to be that one person that when you're missing, people are going to be so excited that you're not there, because the vibe that everybody gets from you is negative. For the records, I'm not talking about haters, because there are people that are haters and there is nothing you can do. There is nothing you can do to help those people, because they have chosen to be there. Because I see haters as people who, your friend is doing something, because you're not the one doing it, you're hating them. Or you see somebody that you've never seen before and you just decide you hate them right there. You go around hating everybody who is not, I don't know, like I'm not even sure what the criteria is for people that indulge in these kind of things. You hate everybody who you think is doing something that may be in your heart. I tell you what, psychologically, go check out. When people just hate somebody because, oh my gosh, why do they feel so good? They really want to feel like that person. It's like you want to keep up the Joneses, but you hate the Joneses. Why do you hate the Joneses? Because you're jealous? Then you want to do everything that the Joneses are doing. So you see what I mean? So we need to say to ourselves, no, I refuse to be that person who is going to hate somebody because they are doing something that I think I should be the one doing it. But now they're doing it. You want to do what they're doing, but you hate them. Why would you hate them for doing something that you would have loved to be the one doing? Like, it doesn't make sense, because you hating them does not even change the situation. You hating them can only even depress you more, bring more anxiety to your life, bring, like, you will know no peace when you indulge and do not have to say to yourself, because sometimes we have to also say to ourselves, no, say no to that inner mind that is evil. Just say no to it. Say, no, I refuse to follow you. I'm going to do what is right. I'm going to focus on doing what is right. You know? And there's the saying that two wrongs cannot make it right. If you're with somebody who is always doing something wrong to you, you're not going to say, okay, because they're always doing something wrong to me, I'm going to now go and do something wrong to them. Because once you do that, if it's not in your DNA to do that, you will not have peace, and you're actually not even helping the situation. Doesn't mean that you doing it back to them saves the situation, but for your own good, it's best to just be you. Know who you are and stay who you are. Do not allow your circumstance or your environment or whatever is going on to change you from who you are, because you want who you are to be there. You want to be constant. You don't want to change you. You know, you only want to change the bad things that is in you. You want to redirect your mindset to do what is right. But you don't want to change you. Because there's a reason why we're all different. There's a reason why all of us are not all the same height, the same skinny, the same color, the same. God made everything in different colors. He made all, look at the birds, so many colors. Look at the trees even, you know, look at the flowers. Everything there are so many, there's diversity in a lot of things, different colors. So why do we want to say that everybody has to do the same thing at the same time, be the same level? Once everybody is not doing exactly what you're doing, then you're unhappy with yourself or with them, and then you bring bad blood into it. Look at the fingers, they're not even equal. Talk less. So there's a reason why we're all made this way. Before I keep talking, let me see who has something to add, please. Oh, Kinyeri Vlogs, thank you so much for sharing me. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Anything? Can you add something? I want to hear your mindsets on this, please. This is part 2 of this topic, healthy habits. So, and I think this will be the last of the healthy habits topic. So next week will be a different topic. It's the same time, 6:30 Riyadh time, because I'm in Saudi Arabia. So 6:30 Riyadh time, Tuesdays, I think it's in the morning in the US, yeah. And then England is 4:30 p.m. And then it gives you a countdown anyway, but next week, the same time. So please, I want to hear your mindset on this conversation, please, everyone. Yes. Let me see if I didn't miss anybody in the chat. Yeah. Afua. Wendy, are you still here? Wendy Thoughts. Yeah. Imad. Annie Njiri. Oh, did I see her? Annie Njiri? Okay, yeah, I saw you. I said hi already. Yeah. Jerry. Yes, I did. Wendy. I just want to make sure, because last week I missed quite a few people. I didn't see them when they came in. Yeah. Thank you all for staying and having this conversation. I would like to hear from you. I need some input into this because we are going to be closing soon. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. So if there's no addition, no questions. Oh, Valok, you are good. Thank you for coming. That's my brother. Great stuff. Thank you. Thanks. So, if any additions, I want to hear your mindset on this healthy habit. It's a very large topic. You know, I think last week we talked about appreciating others. It's part of healthy living. Instead of finding a way to bring them down, just appreciate it. Because you not appreciating it is not even going to change anything. So we need to start training our mindset. You know, you know, it, I always make that reference to the Bible. It says, after God made man, he said, he looked and saw that the heart of man was perpetually evil and wicked. But it's up to us to say, no, I am going to change. I'm going to control that wickedness that I don't know how it got there. But for us to be able to interact with others and have a happy life for them and for us, we need to change our mindset to know that whatever we're doing is something that is going to build goodwill and better friendships. Because only then, because we can only change ourselves, we cannot change others. We do what we know is right. We don't want to get into the trap of doing what they're doing because it's wrong. We just want to stay true to ourselves and do what we know is right. I think only then would you get actually the real healthy habit, because then you can sleep well when you go to bed. You're not like just thinking, oh my gosh, why did I even do that? You know, that's searching your heart and then saying, I'm not going to do it for the next time. But if you set your heart today and say, oh, why did I do that? Then the next minute you're doing the same thing, then that's when I'm not sure. Yeah. So I don't think anybody has anything. And so we're going to pack it up for today. Thank you all once again for coming. And hopefully, stay safe. It's really, the COVID is still out there. Let's stay safe and take care of ourselves. And hopefully see you again next week. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time stopping by and listening. Bye.